right, Keith is back, and so is winter.
Yeah. And
Here we are.
The storm kind of incrementally ramped up a little bit from a smaller event to a larger one. So we're going to walk you through that. It starts tonight, but in the meantime, it's actually quite nice out. It's sunny. Temperatures are a little cool for this time of the year, but a nice quiet day leading up to this storm. You can see those clouds just starting to move in from the west here. Kind of a funky setup in the sense that we've got a northern stream and a southern stream. And typically when we talk about a snowstorm, they join together, or what we call phase together. In this case, they really don't, and yet still we get a pretty good storm out of this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. There's the northern stream, there's the southern stream. So now normally you'd like to see them come together into a low and then move off the coast. That's kind of the classic way to get a good snowstorm here. It's not going to do that. The northern stream stays fairly separate, but it gets juiced by the southern stream and just pushes moisture in tonight and during the day tomorrow, and that's enough to give us a relatively significant system here. All right, so through tonight, midnight, no problems at all. After midnight, we start to see snow come in from southwest and northeast. This initial band is not thumping hard snow, but there could be a couple of moderate bursts in there into the early morning hours. I think western Maine and New Hampshire wake up to a couple of inches right off the bat. It's snowing even along the immediate coastline through tomorrow morning as temperatures remain just far too cold. And eventually some warmer air starts nosing in aloft, and that happens in the early afternoon. That's when we transition from snow over to cold rain along the immediate coastline. But we have this relatively large chunk and area that's going to be dealing with freezing rain and sleet. And so this is the toughest forecast zone. We stick in that freezing rain and sleet combination through Saturday night. Meanwhile, foothills and mountains just crushed with snow, and you'll understand what I mean by that when I show you this map in a second. And it keeps snowing through Saturday night. Along the coast, where we've changed over to rain, we go back to sleet and snow on the backside, and this whole thing wraps up late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. What does crushed with snow look like? Looks like that, 12 to 24 inches of snow, and I don't think that's a stretch at all for them. I think it's going to be powdery stuff in a lot of it. When you get into Augusta and Lewiston, I place them in 6 to 12 instead of 3 to 6. I think there's just too much snow going on there to keep us in 3 to 6. This is the messiest zone, though. If you're in the 3 to 6 zone, we will also see that ice, that freezing rain on top of it. Ice accretion amounts are really hard to forecast, but I just want you to look at this color. Don't worry about the numbers. The color, that's the spots where you'll see at least some freezing rain and probably putting a coating on top of the snow that has fallen. So good news for ski areas. Bit messy for the rest of us, and I think again, especially that transition zone just away from the coastline is where they'll see, say 6 inches of snow plus freezing rain on top of it. That could lead to some power outages. We don't have a lot of wind here, which helps us. Yeah. Sometimes that just gets too heavy though, just on trees and whatnot. It's quieter after that, and then I don't know, there's some showers next week. We didn't have time to really worry about it. It's back into the mid 40s there, but yeah, so this system is a kind of all day event into tomorrow night.
And after the wind yesterday and today, that break will at least be nice.
Yes, it will be, and I think Sunday will be a nice day, and as I mentioned, for the mountains, this is huge.
Really good news.
In some cases, maybe the biggest storm of the year.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Keith.